The dad.
Rock and roll!
Well, judging from the carving on your desk, it looks like his name is Ozzy.
Yes, and apparently he rules.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
So, after several weeks of silence, Sparrow came back to drop another interesting thing for Cameron to post. And it's quite interesting because there's a little bit of background I can give you guys. When George ran Lucasfilm, he would do a summer picnic and a 4th of July party at Skywalker Ranch. And this stuff that I'm about to post here is stuff overheard at the Skywalker Ranch summer party. I guess we'll call it the 4th of July party. My brother Bill actually had gone to a few of the 4th of July parties and the Halloween party. And when George was running it and everybody was young and cool. So this is what was heard. These two want to maybe push Ahsoka Season 2 back further and start developing for seriousness the movie Heir to the Empire about Grand Admiral Thrawn. Okay, that. Now I'm going to add this. There is a story out there that a writer's room has been ignited at Lucasfilm for a live action show. I don't know what it's going to be about, but there's also some news about Skeleton Crew 2 that might actually be something that happens. They were talking about that as well. I do want to talk a little bit about Ahsoka Season 2, and it's kind of confusing right now, but you have to read what Cameron posted to understand. I will see you on the other side of this wonderful video. Whoever made it deserves $1 billion from Elon Musk for being cool. So here you go.
Hokey religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster at your side, kid.
So, as you know, the box office for Mando and Grogu has been lukewarm. It is not a flop. The people who are saying that need you to believe it because they make money off of YouTube, and if they don't have anything bad to talk about, they don't have anything to say, right? We've talked about these people before. Anyway, the fact of the matter is the movie will be in the black by the time it hits streaming. And that's going to be due to merchandise sales, and Grogu sells a lot of toys. He really, really does. So that's something that was said. They're pretty confident about that. Now, what I want to talk about is the change here. And the change is quite interesting. It is this. John and Dave want to delay Ahsoka Season 2 and make Heir to the Empire, which would be stuff from the novels, and then add stuff that Dave added from Clone Wars and Rebels, things like that. So yeah, this is not official. They were talking about this, But the fact that they still want to do this is amazing. And if you remember right, Steven Spielberg might be available. I mean, just now that was a rumor. Okay, but right now, nothing would surprise me. Okay. And I don't know if it's a good idea to put the movie out and then Ahsoka season 2, because if you remember right, we thought Ahsoka season 2 was going to lead into Heir to the Empire. But again, like I said in my other video, they're building a framework with the story. And all the stories that they're doing in the New Republic era, this is where they're concentrating, guys. Okay? And there's a reason for it, and I'm going to give it to you in a little bit. New Republic era. They have to interconnect. And again, if you go to a movie, you should, without having seen the shows, that should be fine too. And I know that they did a really good job with Mando and Grogu as far as that goes. Okay. But remember what Ahsoka season 2 is supposed to be. We've got Ahsoka on Peridia. And then we've got Ezra in the regular good old galaxy we know and love. And I would think that would have been smarter, the original idea would have been the smarter move. However, Heir to the Empire might actually bring people to the movies just to see it, just to get their dopamine fix. Now, if you're worried about it leading into the sequels, again, I don't know how that would make any sense. Grand Admiral Thrawn and the sequels don't mix. And I don't think he's the kind of guy to put up with the shit that some of these people did, but we'll see. Now, there's another thing they wanted to do. They wanted to do an animated feature about Palpatine's earlier days, the rise of Palpatine, from his kidhood to, the day he becomes Chancellor, right? Okay. Disney is okay with Maul because they view him as like an anti-hero. But they do not want to do a villain-centric show. For I don't know what reason. Palpatine is pretty popular. And, but again, it would be really hard to keep the hate on for the character if you're showing him, being kind of abused by Darth Plagueis, right? Having him look at himself in the mirror, saying, it'll be all right. No, it just doesn't, So they're all right with Maul, the Disney execs are, but they're not going to do a Palpatine one. That doesn't mean, again, that other animated things that we would like to see, maybe even taking the Underworld scripts that they have and turning them into an animated show, might be in the future. I don't know, but Maul proved that there is a great deal of interest in this kind of storytelling, right? But again, it's an animated show, and it's kind of actually deep in the lore. Even if Darth Vader shows up and honestly scares the bejesus out of people, if you haven't seen it and you're not interested in getting that deep in, you probably weren't going to see it anyway. But still, it did great numbers on Disney Plus. So really, they're starting to get an idea with the framework they're putting together and the spitballing the idea that they could develop Heir to the Empire and get that out. Do a really good script and get that out there. Almost makes more sense to me than just putting Ahsoka out there. But again, there's such a dearth of things, Star Wars, going on right now. It would be really nice to have something coming out soon. I'm surprised we didn't get another Tales of the Jedi. I'm surprised we didn't get another Tales of the Sith. Something like that would have been great, but who knows what's going on. All I know is that Jeff Snyder said that there's actually a lot of content being prepared to come out, and with Sparrow's news, I think it all kind of meshes. Now again, though, Jeff Snyder is the person who has been used by the Kennedy camp to put misinformation out there. So he is the one that insists that Rey is going to be in Starfighter. And it doesn't make any sense to me, like I said yesterday, because of the fact that Disney canceled as it was going to start filming the Kyle Ron movie. If they're not going to do Kyle Ron, they're sure as hell not going to have Rey show up. All right, that's just stupid, right? Anyway, want you guys to know this. And also, one more thing. Sparrow said, since everything has settled down since Kennedy has been gone, that everybody's finally feeling, I think, a sense of freedom again, if that makes any sense, contentment, safety. So, that's a good thing. This is why we're not getting leaks like we used to. So it's all good. And anyway, I gotta go. I will talk to you guys later. See you around the galaxy.